Welcome to familysearch.org. So if you're doing indexing for the very first time, this is how you go about it. In your browser, you type familysearch.org. But one important thing to remember, you need to have an LDS account. So that could be the one you used to log into what used to be the LDS.org, okay, which is now the Church of Jesus Christ.org. In your scripture apps or on the LDS tools. So that is your account. So you come over here and sign in and go ahead and sign in. Okay, there we go. You can choose this option also. All right. So once this family search opens, go to indexing. When you click on indexing, there's a drop down. So in web indexing is where you'll find all those that are doing indexing in your ward and stake. And if you want also to set a goal for yourself, for example, you want to do 50 names a month or whatever, you go over here. But I don't want to go there now because I'm showing those who are doing indexing for the first time. You go to find a project. So what used to happen to me is when I got here and this world map here opened up, I would go to Africa. When I clicked on Africa, I would see nothing. So you just try and click around and see. So you see in Europe, those are the projects. And in South America, there's some projects here. So I would think that there was nothing. And for a long time, I was always doing indexing for other countries. And not until during this lockdown, when I was speaking to our ward family history consultants, the Fandalieks, and then they told me that they were doing some records for South Africa. Then I was like, where did you find those? So I said, well, I'll just try and look around and see. So when you go to projects, click on projects, it opens up this search area here. So if you type in South Africa, okay, before I even finish typing everything, records pop up here. So you have marriage records, you have civil death registrations, all these. You have some records from some other churches, I think there's the Church of the Province of South Africa. So you choose whichever project you want to work on. So for just demonstration's sake, we'll just click on marriage records. In the past, I've been dealing with death records. We'll go over here. So we select start indexing, and a project is loaded for us. Please be sure to read the instructions. It says, attention, some images to be indexed may contain only a name. Images that contain only a name should be indexed regardless of whether the image contains any other fields that are being indexed in the project. So as long as there is a name, even if it's just a name, just go ahead and index it. This rule does not apply to book indexes. So I haven't dealt with book indexes. I'm also new here. So where only a name and page number are to be indexed. Before indexing these images, please read through all of the project instructions, field helps, and general indexing guidelines. All right, so let's get started. So if you open one like this, and it usually has a number of pages depending on what it is. Some have 10, some have 6. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This has 10. Okay, and what is it saying? So we have 10 images, and some of these icons that you see up here are the same as what you would see when you start indexing. This one here is for submitting the entire batch. So that is if you finished the entire 10 records, then this is the button that submits that. But this same button, a similar button with the same function, appears here, as you will see. So should this image be indexed? If you are not sure, open the project instructions for help. So please read through the instructions. So let's zoom in here and see if this is worth indexing. This is brilliant. This is typewriter work here that we can see. Most of the ones I've been dealing with are handwritten, and some of those handwritings are sure they're terrible. You can't read anything. You have to almost, yeah. So this is good. I'd say that next. I'll leave it on yes. But if you think this is a duplicate of the before, for example, let's just go back. So this speaks of John Toby. Then we go to next. If this is also John Toby and this exact information that we've just seen, then we click over here and say no. Should this image be indexed? No. Duplicate image. If this was a duplicate of the previous one, that is what you would choose. But seeing that this is a completely different record from the one before, we would go to next. And see, now this one is handwritten, okay, but it's still very legible. So we click next. And is there a name? You're looking for names and places. If as long as there's anything that you can read from that, click next. It's worth saving, so it's worth capturing. So this one, this is James. The other one was, so yeah, next. And I would say next. With the last one, takes you to the beginning. And so we'll start right here. And Toby, that is the surname. And groom's age, 27. Bride's given name, go ahead and type that, it's right there. Surname is Tebe, okay, and we're going to ask the age, which is 25. Okay, now we're good. We've captured everything we need to capture on this page. As you see, there's a lot more information there, but we've not been asked. Among the 10, these are 10 different records. So entry 2 would be an addition to entry 1, or would be under image 1. But since that has already been done, so we go to we just leave this blank. So that is Control B for blank for me, or Command B. Actually, it is Command B for me. Then I just enter blank, 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 because the next record refers to somebody else. Okay, it refers to somebody else. So we have marriage place, which is Port Elizabeth. Let's see how quickly we can do this. Port Elizabeth, and then marriage day. So you go through all of them and do exactly the same thing. Let me see. Okay, and the age is 28. Next entry. Let's check if this refers to the same people. Definitely not. So would say next image. And the place, we're still in New Brighton. Okay, we'll just write that as it appears here. Okay, I think that's a T. Toss. Toss could easily be the surname, but I'll just leave it as that. Marriage day. So the marriage day we know is always at the bottom here. That is 29. Then month is March. Okay. Then the year is 1954. Groom's age. Okay, let's go to the age. He is 33. And what's her name? It's Lee. And the age is 31. That's the last record. And so that's the pattern I was talking about. It appears at the end here when it's time to submit. So I did create a blank which I didn't pay attention to. So that's why you always have to quality check. I have 10 issues remaining, so that means I left some blanks. So I created this extra entry accidentally. So when you're done, then you try and click. It says no issues found. Would you like to submit your work now? Say yes. Then that would be the first batch. I don't know how long that took, but yeah. So, and it shows me what other batches that I have pending, others that I've opened in the past that I was not able to go back and finish. So, thank you for submitting that batch.